You know what? I'll also take a different track with also like the sampling, like what will pull me into a book as well. Like I'll take Dune for example. Book 1 Dune. A beginning is the time for taking the most delicate care that the balances are correct. This every sister of the Bene Gesserit knows. To begin your study of the life of Muad'Dib, then take care that you first place him in his time, born in the 57th year of the Padash Emperor Shaddam IV. And take the most special care that you locate Muad'Dib in his place, the planet Arrakis. Do not be deceived by the fact that he was born on Caladan and lived his first 15 years there. Arrakis, the planet known as Dune, is forever his place, from the Manual of Muad'Dib by the Princess Irulan. That's the reason why I liked opening certain things even with Uplift Protocol. Like you give extra information in quotes, like from either memoirs or stuff characters have said outside the boundaries of the actual story. So it gives you a sense of like, okay, the person that we're about to discover was somebody important. I don't know who Muad'Dib is. Like pretend that you haven't read Dune before, but I don't even know who Muad'Dib is. That's a little bit of a mystery to pull somebody in to be like, okay, who is this Muad'Dib character, and why is this princess writing about him? So, to just go a little bit further on, in the week before their departure to Arrakis, when all the final scurrying about had reached nearly an unbearable frenzy, an old crone came to visit the mother of the boy Paul. It was a warm night at Castle Caladan, and the ancient pile of stone that had served the Atreides family for home for over 26 generations bore that cooled sweat feeling it acquired before a change in the weather. The old woman was let in by the side door down the vaulted passage by Paul's room, and she was allowed a moment to peer at him while where he lay in bed. By the half light of the dispenser lamp, dimmed and hanging by near the floor, the awakened boy could see the bulky female shape at his door, standing one step ahead of his mother. The old woman, a witch, was a witch shadow, hair like matted spider webs, hooded round darkness of features like glittering jewels. So you already get a sense. It's like, why is this old woman hovering over this young boy, and how is he related to something called Muad'Dib? Uh, the reason why this captures my attention more than just opening with, like, say, into some of that other sampling where this mundane life of a character, the opening it with that quote says that this character is anything but mundane. There's a sense of like history already with just the opening blurb with the quote. And then you get a description of, this woman that's hovering over him, kind of like, like a crow that's wanting to pluck out his eyes almost. You don't even need a lot of description to know that, okay, it's like an ancient kind of castle, a family home. You don't have to picture a ton of different stuff. You can just basically pull it up with just a few words. That's the reason why I think sometimes, depending on what the story is, you don't really need tons of extra detail, or the whole show don't tell thing. Well, um, again, I think most of the people I'm with, as far as writing wise, that I want to emulate, they want to get to the point quicker. This does get to the point fairly quick, and through just a few lines of dialogue, you can see how stuff might develop for the boy called Paul. So even just to continue a little bit further, is he not small for his age, Jessica? The old woman asked. Her voice wheezed and twanged like an untuned bass. Well, yeah, me, Florida woman, trying to read things, but bassinet. Yeah, there we go. Uh, yeah, but still, you don't even have to put in too much to where describing physical features. Most of that can come with little bits over time. You just have to get an opening that hooks a reader, and just like they just want to keep reading one more line and one more line and one more line, that sort of thing. And yeah, Paul's mother answered in her soft contralto. The Atreides are known to start late getting their growth, your reverence. So I've heard, wheezed the old woman. Yet he is already 15. Yes, your reverence, he's awake and listening to us, said the old woman. Sly little rascal, she chuckled. But royalty has need of slyness, and if he's really the Kwisatz Haderach, well, then you're like, what the heck is a Kwisatz Haderach? And again, even just little mysteries in dialogue sometimes will get people to keep going. Is the Gom Jabbar something of Arrakis I must know before we go there? He wondered. Because I'm skipping ahead a little bit. He mouthed their strange words. Gom Jabbar, Kwisatz Haderach. There had been so many things to learn. Arrakis would be a place so different from Caladan that Paul's mind whirled with the new knowledge. Arrakis, Dune, desert planet. With a simple, sometimes you don't need too many words to basically encapsulate whatever the section's going to be about. So again, I guess I just wanted to give a little quip there about what will draw me in. You don't have to always explain what a word means initially. That can come with context later. What you really want to aim for is to get the reader keep turning that page and turning that page to find out more and more of the stuff as it's peeled back. Uh, and like with anything else, what may work for one reader might not work for another. This is just an example. Have a good day, everybody.